Sometimes, destiny doesn't wait for your permission. Sometimes, it finds you when you're still just a boy with a dream, chasing a ball in the dusty fields, long before the world even knows your name. From Paarl to Pretoria. From school grounds to the world stage. Canan Moodie didn't just arrive, he erupted. He's not just another rugby player. He's a symbol of speed, belief, and the fearless spirit of a new generation of Springboks. But how did a young boy from Paarl Boys High rise so fast, from high school star to world champion, before even turning 22? How did he turn talent into destiny? And what makes Canan Moodie the lightning bolt that South Africa never saw coming, but will never forget? Stay with me, because this, my friends, is not just a story about rugby. It's the story of Canan Moodie, the lightning bolt of the Springbok. Born on November 5, 2002, in Paarl, South Africa, a town famous for producing rugby warriors, Canan grew up surrounded by competition, culture, and hope. But even from a young age, he stood out, not because of his size, but because of his hunger. He was that kid who never stopped moving. The one who'd chase every ball, dive on the hard ground, get up smiling, and do it again. At Paarl Boys High School, a rugby powerhouse, the expectations were enormous. But instead of being intimidated, Canan absorbed the pressure like fuel. He watched legends before him. He studied their speed, their movement, and added something of his own fearlessness. When others slowed down, he accelerated. When others hesitated, he went for the gap. Even his coaches knew this kid was different. He wasn't just playing rugby. He was building a future. Talent can get you noticed. But discipline is what keeps you on the path when no one's watching. Canan's rise wasn't overnight. He trained harder than most, staying late after sessions, working on his footwork, and visualizing success long before it came. While his friends relaxed, he'd spend extra hours practicing under the floodlights, chasing perfection. He had one dream in his heart, to wear the green and gold of South Africa. And he knew it would take everything. His family stood behind him like a wall of support, humble, grounded, always reminding him that greatness isn't about glory. It's about gratitude. Every tackle he made, every sprint he ran, was fueled by that humble spirit from home. Then came 2021. A year that changed everything. At just 18, Canan joined the Blue Bulls Academy, stepping into the professional world. The competition was fierce. The speed, the physicality, the expectations, all higher than anything he had faced before. But as always, Moodie didn't flinch. He adapted, he learned, and most importantly, he shined. His explosive acceleration and fearless tackling soon caught everyone's attention. The coaches saw not just potential, but purpose. By 2022, he was already wearing the Bulls senior jersey, competing in the United Rugby Championship, URC. And in his very first season, he stunned everyone. Tries. Line breaks. Confidence beyond his years. Commentators called him the kid who plays like he's been here for years. But Canan knew this was just the beginning. Then came the call every South African dreams of. The Springbok call-up. In 2022, just 19 years old, Canan Moodie became one of the youngest ever to don the famous green jersey. And guess what? On his debut against Australia, he didn't just play, he scored a try. A debut try for the Springboks. The stuff of dreams. But that's the thing about Moodie, when opportunity knocks, he doesn't just answer. He kicks down the door. From that moment, the world knew South Africa had found their next superstar. He wasn't just fast, he was fearless. Not just skillful, but smart. Every time he touched the ball, fans held their breath, because something electric was about to happen. In a team filled with legends, Colby, Mapimpi, Lucanio M. Willems, it's easy to fade into the background. But Moodie didn't. He respected them, learned from them, and then started matching them. Under Rassie Erasmus and Jacques Nienaber, Canan grew into one of the most versatile backs in world rugby, capable of playing wing or centre with equal brilliance. He became the balance between youthful energy and mature composure. And the more pressure mounted, the calmer he looked. He wasn't just playing for himself. He was playing for the future of South African rugby. Fast forward to Rugby World Cup 2023. Still in his early 20s, and already part of the most feared team on the planet. While some doubted his experience, Canan let his rugby do the talking. He didn't need headlines, his performances said it all. Every sprint down the wing, every tackle, every try contribution, showed maturity beyond his age. He wasn't just a backup, he was a weapon. A young star among giants, shining in his own right. And when South Africa lifted that World Cup trophy, Canan Moodie stood there, not just as a player, but as a symbol of what's next. What makes Moodie special isn't just what he does on the field, it's who he is off it. Soft-spoken. Respectful. Grounded. He never lets fame change him. He often says, "I'm still learning, still growing." That humility, in a world that glorifies ego, is what truly sets him apart. He gives credit to his family, his coaches, and his teammates. He never forgets where he came from. That's why South Africans don't just cheer for him, they believe in him. Because Canan Moodie represents every young dreamer from the townships, from the schools, from the small fields where big dreams begin. The journey is far from over. At just 22, Canan Moodie stands at the dawn of greatness. He's already a world champion, but destiny has more chapters to write. He's the bridge between the old guard and the new era. The lightning bolt in a sky full of stars. The kid who reminds us that dreams still matter. When you watch him run down the wing, you don't just see speed, you see South Africa's heartbeat. You see the future of the Springboks. And if his story tells us anything, it's this. No dream is too big. No age is too young. And no challenge is too great when your heart burns with purpose. Canan Moodie. The lightning bolt of the Springboks. The pride of a nation. And the promise of tomorrow. And that is Canan Moodie, the lightning bolt of the Springboks. From humble beginnings to global glory, proof that heart beats talent, and dreams have no age. This is HappyRise G World, where inspiring stories never fade. Like, share, and subscribe. Because here, we celebrate champions.